What is it that drives the workout? Is it that celebrity paycheck that they're getting? Or do you see a different avatar?
It's definitely not the paycheck. He's like, I know my body needs to move every single day, a little bit. Even if it's just 10 minutes of treadmill, even if it's just the stretches, just the band work. At this point, for Amitji, it is more about... Research has proven even if you train for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, it's enough to see the benefits of...
You need to have discipline, and discipline is very boring. Whatever you do in life, you have to focus into it. You need to have some...
If you were to give advice to the youngsters of this country, they're distracted by, say, Netflix or TV, or they think that they can get by with 4 or 5 hours of sleep. What is your take?
I think from my perspective, it is to...
You trained the film stars Ranbir Kapoor in that role. And that was an amazing transformation to stand over there and see his shoulders. And all the youngsters in India, they look at that show muscle. Tell us how difficult and how much of sweat, maybe tears and effort that has to go into it. I know definitely there was willpower over there.
Of course.
There was discipline. But could you just tell us like how intense did it get when you had to prepare? Or was it a walk in the park?
No, definitely not a walk in the park, but when you guys are speaking about willpower and discipline, those are two things which Ranbir is, I think, born with. It's just conditioned into him. His punctuality, his discipline, whether we were shooting, we're not shooting, whether it's early morning, it's after shoot, it's on the set. When he knows something needs to get done, and he does it. And we started before the movie that we started earlier was Tu Jhuti Makar, where he had to be play a rom-com, a beach body, fresh looking, like a very youngster kind of thing. And we started working out before that. So in that movie, he was super ripped, his abs and everything were like seen and all of that. And when we started, we were nowhere close to that. So somewhere it had to start literally from basics. Getting him to do the basic lifts, the basic movements, getting his form correct, all of that. The body shot was done, literally, I would say for that movie was done a year into the work.
So it was 1 year of work.
1 year of work for that first movie. And then from there, we started working for Animal. And again, the body that you see in Animal during the fight sequence was again a year after. So it's not that we started working and literally 3 months later, he was the way he was. So that also took time. Because during the entire shoot, he's wearing suits, he's wearing shirts, his body is not shown. So it's easy to kind of work behind the scenes and give us enough time. Because I explained this to him as well. I said, it's better if the more we can delay the body shot and keep it towards the end, it will give us more time to kind of work to it properly. And he understood that because once we reached there, it was very easy for him now when he's shooting his current film, Ramayana. I'm not training him for that film. But even the way he's looking right now, whoever he's training with, his body has kind of adapted to that new baseline. It's not gone back to the 70 kgs, Tu Jhuti Mein Makar, Ranbir Kapoor. It's some way kind of retained that muscle and that muscle memory, which is always a plus point. That's how we need to see ourselves when we are looking at transforming or changing our bodies as well.
Shivohaam, you brought CrossFit to India. And what's your take on it?
I was training already in Melbourne. I was a personal fitness coach already in Melbourne. And I had a trainer. Everybody needs a trainer. If everybody wants to get better, you need a mentor, you need a guide, you need a trainer in some way or the other. So I told him, I want to learn handstands. And month 1, month 2, month 3, we're trying, just not getting it. So one day we were on Google just looking up how to improve handstands. And this crazy website opened up, CrossFit.com. And we're like, wow. What is this website? It looks kind of crazy. Very simple. At that time, there was the websites where it was literally like a simple blog, just like a WordPress blog. There was nothing. There was no pictures, nothing. There was just the workout written, maybe a small screenshot of some workout. That's about it. And I said, looks interesting. Let's try it. And the first workout we did was called Nate, which was 20 minutes, as many rounds as possible of 2 muscle-ups, 4 handstand push-ups, and 8 kettlebell swings. That was my first workout. 10 minutes into that workout, I was blown away. I was already throwing up in this big bin in Fitness First, and people were wondering what the hell's going on. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm I think I found my thing. This is it. And that was the last day I probably remember doing any bicep curls or anything for like 15 years. It was just CrossFit. I don't know what it was, but I think the reason why I loved it so much was probably because of the movements. They were so beautiful when done correctly. They make you feel very different, but more than anything, in those 20 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever the length of the workout was, you could not think about anything else but the next rep.
All that is going through my head is warrior mode.
I would say definitely it would be a warrior yogi mode. Like literally you're at it, you're sweating, you're grunting, you're whatever. I never grunted in my workouts. I remember I still don't, but it allowed you to be in a space which was, you could say it's like it's your cave, your space. So today I feel CrossFit is definitely not the intensity of CrossFit is not a kind of intensity or a workout that I can put my body through. The healing is a little bit slower. It's not ideal because I'm not competing anymore. I'm not training for a goal. At that time, I was training for the CrossFit Games and I did all of that. So the athlete mode was always there. And Vrinda has taught me that to become a good coach, you somewhere need to get out of that athlete mode. You need to see yourself as a coach, that competitiveness and all of that. Because I've been an athlete all my life, in national level, swimmer, water polo, captain, all of that. I've done all that. So literally that athlete mode has always been there. But to become a good coach, to become a really good coach, and for people to see you as a coach, not an athlete, you need to first transform yourself from that mentality of being an athlete to becoming a coach. So I think from a coach perspective, I still do a lot of the movements from CrossFit. I do my deadlifts, I do my cleans, all of that. I incorporate them in my workout, but at a more, I would say, lower intensity.
So, Shivam, what is it that one drives them to work out? Is it that celebrity paycheck that they're getting, or do you see a different avatar?
It's definitely not the paycheck or anything, but I think at this point, for Mr. Bachchan, for Amitji, it is more about health, and he recognizes it and he says it himself. He's like, I know my body needs it. He knows my body. He's like, I know my body needs to move every single day, a little bit. Even if it's just the 10 minutes of treadmill, even if it's just the stretches, just the band work, no matter what it is. Like, so there are days when, like right now, when he's shooting for KBC, we go to the set. He doesn't have an hour to train. Normally, when he has a break and we're training at home, then it's a longer time. But here we go, we do like, say, 20 minutes, just very simple, just to get his body to move.
So, are you saying 20 minutes for the general population, irrespective of their age? They just need that discipline first to start with? Just turn up?
I mean, research has proven even if you train for 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times a week, it's enough to see the benefits of weight training and exercise from a health perspective. From an aesthetic perspective, you definitely have to put more work into it. But just from everything that happens within the body, where exercise is a stimulus for the food to behave in a certain way, to behave efficiently, the hormones, the chemicals, the enzymes, everything, for the blood to circulate properly within the system, for the circulation to happen, 20 minutes of basic weight training, basic exercise with a little bit of movement is enough to see the benefit.
Your journey from athlete to fitness trainer to now leading people and guiding them, has your time in the gym begun to change both personally, and do you now begin to subscribe that to people that you coach also? You see where they are in their life.
I think 100% my time in the gym has changed a lot. I mean, from right now, literally, it's because with everything else going on, I know that I have those 2 hours only to train. And in that time, I don't want to answer any calls. I don't want to speak to anybody. So I literally in my gym come across as the most arrogant and most strict and khadus person in the gym.
Is it because you're in your own space?
Yeah. So I like to put that, I'm not putting it out purposely, but it's like when you're focusing on something, even though you're staring at something, you're not staring at it. So it's like there's no expression, it's blank. So people kind of, think that, oh, it's arrogance, but it's absolutely fine. But then of course, 2-3 people came and spoke to me, or they asked me something about fitness, and they say, you're actually not as khadus as you look. You're actually quite sweet. I said, yeah, because I'm in my space. I don't wear headphones. I don't wear a t-shirt that says buzz off. I think my energy is enough to tell people ke ye Lakshman Rekha ke is taraf mat aana. But it's fine. And I try to tell people people who I know, and in the gym, I've complained also, okay, what the hell's going on? This is a gym. Not so, I mean, why are you talking so loudly? Talk, but don't let other, and people know me as that complaint box, whatever, and it's fine. But people who I know, I tell them, I said, you work so hard. You spend so much time and effort in training. Why are you, I mean, you can do the same conversation
Outside the gym.
outside in a different time. Why are you wasting your time? Because now you're saying you've got to go pick up your son from school, or you got to go buy some groceries, or you got to do some other work. So this time is a very limited amount of time that you have in the gym, which you actually love and you look forward to. Then you're contradicting it yourself by coming in. Okay, meet and greet is fine, but stop it at that, no?
I want to throw a little bit of controversy into this so far
Please,
right
please do.
now because she said she was a fitness trainer too. And I see women in the gym having the most amazing workouts because they're talking and talking and talking and talking. So what's your take on his thought?
He's the one who changed my perspective.
Yeah. So for me, whatever you do in life, you have to hone into. You have to literally focus into it. Whether it's training, whether it's eating, whether it's drinking, it deserves all of your attention because it is going to become your life force. So this happened, in fact, in the gym, in this really noisy gym where I'm sorry to say, but it's not just limited to women, men and women.
My God, you'll be
They
surprised.
talk across workstations. They can talk across cardio equipments, and I'm in the middle. And I'm like, excuse me, can you please get up from here and I'll shift. I'll go to that side. You can chat. I don't know how you're breathing while you're exercising and you're talking. I don't know how that works. He said this to somebody. He said, you need to have some discipline in the gym. And they got very offended. They said, what do you mean discipline? It's not a school. And my jaw dropped. I like, we never understood what discipline was. Discipline was not only for studying, it was supposed to be carried forward to see anything to fruition. To do justice to anything in life, you need to have discipline, and discipline is very boring. It's not very interesting. It is not like when you're exerting will, when the fitness journey is starting and you're exerting will and people are complimenting you and it's novelty.
I think that's why we need a fitness coach or we need a mind coach. And specifically as a mind coach, because like fitness coach is becoming a trend now, right? I have a personal trainer, I have a yoga instructor, and people are realizing that it does work. But from a mind coach point of view, when somebody says, this is not school and we don't need to be disciplined, I think, and that's what I communicate to everyone about diet. The last time you were held accountable was by your school teacher and principal.
So true.
And that's why I tell people I love these health checkups which have A, B, C, D in it. Because then when you have bone health at D and you have cholesterol at C, then you're kind of getting a discipline card saying that you need to do something about your life.
But do you know how sad it is that you cannot hold yourself accountable and your entire life somebody else has to come and like push you in that direction? It's fine till a certain stage in your life. But when you're an adult, you need to develop a mindset which says, it's important for me, it's good for me, I am going to do it. You don't see in terms of easy or hard.
I've had many celebrity schedules and sometimes they shoot the whole night. If you were to give the youngsters of this country, and I'm talking about the 15-year-olds to the 35-year-olds, advice, and they're not going for a film shoot at night, but they're distracted by, say, Netflix or TV, or they think that they can get by with 4 or 5 hours of sleep. What is your take on training and sleep?
See, I think everything needs to change. The whole definition of fitness has changed for me as well. Now, when I do webinars and I ask people, I said, what is your goal when it comes to fitness? And people reply all sorts of different things. I think from my perspective, it is to grow old in a healthy way.
Repeat that again.
Grow old in a healthy way. So when I say that, what do I mean? When I'm, okay, right now, everything is in our favor. We're strong. We're able to recover from our injuries better. We don't need that many medicines. We don't need to go see the doctor, the physio, all of that. We can lift heavy. All of that is great. But today I'm 40, tomorrow 75, 80. I don't want to be dependable upon anything or anyone. That reward or that result will only be reached if I start working on it today. So the sooner you begin, It's not that if you can't start training at 65 or 70, you can. But the benefits that you will see if you start changing your lifestyle sooner is better, no? So when people are saying, okay, I'm only 15, I'm only 16, I mean, come on, we all have been there. I mean, till 13, 14 years back, I was partying 4 nights in a week and drinking and smoking and doing all of that. But I was still exercising. But again, the body kind of supported that. Probably today, the way children are, or today, the way the youth is, it probably won't support anymore. Things have changed. Somewhere we need to compensate all those actions as well. So looking after managing stress, doing certain breath work, definitely focusing on exercise, focusing on the right supplementation, which we can probably, of course, supplements people think are bad, but now when we have to compromise for the lack of nutrients from foods, then supplements are absolutely okay. So we have to do all that, because once again, youngsters need to understand they are literally investing today in themselves for a future tomorrow. No one is saying go to the gym for 2 hours, 3 hours, get on a ketogenic diet and all of that. But somewhere, okay, go party, go drink. Your kids, I mean, you are going to do it. Even if I tell you, or your parents tell you not to do it, you will do it. And I've done it. So I'm nobody to tell you not to do it. But at least balance it out somewhere. That's the problem. The balance is not happening anywhere. Even if they're not partying, they're sleeping late. Even if they're partying, they're eating wrong. They're not training. There's no stress management. So there's nothing which is going in their favor besides the natural evolution of energy within their body, which is helping them to get up every single morning, do what needs to be done, and continue. But how long will that natural help, that assistance be there? How long? At some point, we will have to take over and do something ourselves. Otherwise, it's all going to go downhill.
This has been an amazing podcast. Why? Because most powerful couple I've ever met.